If you can recognize that this is asking for mu sub x bar, it should be very easy because it's nice. No calculations, just 170 pounds because that's the mean. Part B asks for the standard error of the mean. So they're asking for sigma sub x bar. Now this does require a calculation. The formula is sigma over square root of n. And sigma, it said the standard deviation was 6. And it said 40 male mastiffs, so square root of 40, which is 0.95. This is also pounds. One thing that makes those two questions different than any of the others is I think it's the only questions about the normal distribution that don't somehow involve a picture, where you just plop down the answer without a picture somewhere. Now, part C is back to our normal kinds of questions. This one asks for a probability, so it will involve a picture. Puts a mark at 168. And at most means less than or equal to. Since we know where the mark is, it's a dist question. Now in this case, I'm going to do one thing that's different. Normally I would have written this. But I'm going to take note of the fact that it says the probability that the mean. So it's actually not x, it's x bar. And hopefully that will remind you to take care of something in a minute. So norm.dist, and by the way, notice it's less than shaded to the left, so there's no complement rule, no between rule, just straight to Excel. We'll ask for the x, which is 168. We'll ask for the mean, which we know is 170. The standard deviation, because it's asking about the mean of the mastiffs, the standard deviation is not 6. It is 6 divided by square root of 40. That's the one big change of the central limit theorem. Now there are several ways to calculate this. First, I'm going to go back to part B and actually type it into Excel. There's my, 40. 6 divided by the square root of 40. And let's look at two correct ways to calculate part C and one incorrect way. So one correct way is basically just like I wrote it here on the right. 168, 170, 6 over root 40. Now another correct way starts off very similar, norm.dist. 168, 170, comma, and instead of typing 6 over square root of 40, I can cell reference what I've already calculated to be 6 over root 40, comma, true. And notice those give me two identical answers. Now the wrong way is to do norm.dist 168, 170, and to use a rounded number instead of putting in the exact standard error of the mean to put in 0.95. You can tell to several decimal places this is giving you the same answer, but it's not giving you exactly the same answer, and it's wrong because you used a rounded number. So I think as long as you, number one, remember to adjust that standard deviation by dividing by the square root of n, and number two, use the exact standard error of the mean, you should be fine in this section. As always, if you have a question, please feel free to ask.